Hey y'all, the Lady Empath 1111, y'all. Welcome to the channel. Welcome to Queen King's Tarot, y'all. Where behind every king is his queen, y'all. Excuse my voice, y'all know I've been talking. I've been traveling. I've been napping, y'all. Oh Lord, after the live this morning, y'all, I had to lay down because so much has been taking place over the last few days. So I had to take a nap, y'all. I don't never take naps, but I had to sleep, y'all, today. So we're going to get into this afternoon, evening energy. All right, it's about 5 o'clock as I get ready to record this reading. Hold on, let me put on my reading glasses, y'all. All right, let's see what it is that you need to know most at this time. Thank you, everybody who tuned into the live this morning. Do not forget to catch me every morning on here on YouTube at 7:15. All right, let's get into the energy. What does my divine feminine need to know most at this time? All right, we're approaching April 1st, y'all. All right, Say It While It Matters is your town song. Say it while it matters. Ooh, situationally single. All right, somebody, you may be experiencing some temporary loneliness, all right? But you could also be just choosing your own solitude and waiting for better. Yeah, you just closed the door on a cycle, y'all. Somebody, you just closed a powerful door. That thing say letting go, ending chapters, emotional release, and finally free. I love that for you, girl. Say that shit, y'all. Somebody, yeah. I don't know what this situation is, but I feel like you chose you so that you could just wait for better. This is you saying, I'm not going to settle. Right? I'm not going to settle. If I have to close the door, right, and wait on whatever it is, right, that God has for me, then that's what I'm going to do. So I feel like you ended some type of chapter, girl. You free. Yeah, stop playing. Inner child. Somebody, you was dealing with a masculine that was chasing clout, and they couldn't see beyond their own mask. This is a specific message. I'm not getting a king from this. Yeah, because gaslighted is at the bottom of the deck. You finna get something brand new. Somebody, this could have been a side piece situation. Like side piece is in the reverse though. So what I'm hearing God say is that you ain't nobody's side piece, child. You ain't nobody's side piece. And whatever this situation is, it has now allowed you to look at yourself and see what it is that you truly wanted for yourself. You had to be able to see beyond somebody's mask, all right? So there's a masculine in your energy that's been wearing a mask. Now, this could be your present person. This could be someone from your past, right? Take it how it resonates. Somebody's been wearing a mask, though. They hide their emotions. No one sees the real me. But this is someone who was also a clout chaser, doing anything for attention, fame, hungry, desperate for followers, anything for a light. Whoever this person is, they were gaslighting you. You were not crazy. Yeah, somebody was, it's like you were living a distorted reality when you were dealing with this person because they were subjecting you to a lot of emotional manipulation. This person made you question if you was crazy, y'all. That thing says questioning sanity. You are imagining things. This person made you question if you were crazy, is what I'm hearing God say. Yeah, let me write this down, y'all. This is going to be your title. All right, y'all. So, I feel like, hold on, y'all. All right, let's see. So what I'm hearing is, y'all, this entire situation, it made you question your sanity. Literally, y'all. Let's write that down for your title. What's your channel song? Say It While It Matters. Yeah. I don't know, y'all. I feel like this made you question, all right, your sanity and if this is really what was for you. All right, but it's not, y'all. We got brand new. All right, we got brand new out here, so we're gonna keep that right over there. So I want to clarify. Let's see. All right, situational single. All right, situational single. What's situational single for my divine feminine? Yeah, the world. Stop playing. Damn, Queen of Swords is popping up with the world. So somebody, I feel like whatever this situation is that you are in at this time, this needs to be a relationship for somebody where you were really, like, you chose solitude, all right, so that you could see something about yourself. Whatever this situation is, it's completing some type of cycle with the world, but you're also going to get a lot of acknowledgement. You're also going to have a lot of people watching you. It's like whatever this situation is, it actually elevated you, y'all. Yeah, 7 of Swords. This person was deceptive, y'all. This was definitely a masculine energy, stealing Stealing from you, y'all. 7 of Swords. And if this isn't someone who was stealing financially, they've been stealing things that were meant for you to build upon, right? See, the world is about you standing in the power of who you are, but there is a masculine who's attached to you that they were stealing. I heard stealing your light to feed their demons. Y'all know how that go. I got a card in one of these decks that says that, right? Stealing your light, right? To feed their demons. And I feel like a lot of time you stayed because of what could have been. Your channel song could have been by Bryson Tiller and her, right? And a lot of times you'll stay in situations because what it could have been. This is a cycle, y'all, of deception. Justice is at the bottom of the deck with the High Priestess. Next time, listen to your intuition, or at least them readings that you'll be listening to, right? Because the High Priestess in this deck is a reader, right? So this is God either saying, listen to your own intuition or listen to the readings and apply them, y'all. Justice is here. You couldn't see beyond the mask of whoever this person is, y'all. Somebody was hiding themselves, concealing who they really are. But this is like an energy vampire, y'all. Somebody is distorted as fuck. Hold on, y'all. What's this energy? What's behind the mask? Yeah, this is somebody you had to cut ties with, y'all. At the bottom of the deck is cut ties, breathe, and let go. Because this person was exhausting you, y'all. You had to cut ties from a masculine energy who just could not. They couldn't get out of the mask, y'all. This is somebody who was doing, they were clout chasing, y'all. And you had to let go to clear your mind. This is freedom, y'all. Yeah, this is somebody that you tried to give a lot to. You could have tried to nurture this person. Maybe this is a masculine who never had a mentor, never had like wisdom, never had anyone to give to them. And I feel like because of that, you begin to give a lot to this person. You mentored this masculine, but you had to cut ties with whoever this is so that you could breathe and let go of this situation, y'all. There's closure here. There's closure. What's clout chasing? Narcissist. Y'all stop playing. We gaslighted out here. I cannot make it up. We gaslighted out here, y'all. This person was a narcissist. They were an opportunist, right? They were egotistical. And they had a fragile ego, y'all. And I tell my divine feminine, right? We will meet every type, y'all. You're going to meet your false twin flame. You're going to meet your narcissist. You're going to meet those people, y'all, so that you can understand who they are, recognize it, heal the wounds that were attached to that type of energy, and then close the door. That's all these cycles are, y'all. So somebody, you close the door to a narcissist. It says letting go, final chapter. Yeah, you release the fear. See, waves is in the reverse. So I feel like whatever this situation is, it caused you a lot of emotions, worry, and fear. And at the point that you decided to let go of the emotions, of the worry, of the fear, you were able to close the door. Somebody, you finna buy a new car. See, it's something here about you becoming more established on your own and not settling, y'all. Settling is out here twice, right? Settling. And as the divine feminine, you have to realize that we don't settle. You just have to be able to recognize the world when something is over. This is something that's over, y'all. Somebody, you have cut ties with a situation that has now allowed you to stand up and awaken today. Stop playing. Today, y'all. Today. That thing says good vibes now and in the moment. Yeah, you cut ties with this situation today is what I'm hearing God say. Or you need to take it how it resonates. Y'all, stop playing. I just looked at the bottom of the deck. Karmics. All right, y'all. This was a karmic situation. That's what this is. This isn't a message for everybody, but somebody, you were dealing with a karmic situation. You're either dealing with it now or this is something from your past. But the lesson here was stagnation, y'all. Yeah. See, the thing about this, y'all, this wasn't moving forward, right? The closer I get to you, Beyonce and Luther Vandross, right? The closer you got to this person, you realize that you weren't crazy. This is somebody who's absolutely been gaslighting you. Clarify, karmics. The Emperor. And that's coming over to brand new, y'all. That's crazy. The Emperor came out right next to brand new. Somebody, you finna get a real king. The devil is on the bottom of the deck with the star. Oh, my God. This can't be helped, y'all. Like, this is a part of your destiny. And people mad, y'all. Page of Swords, because you got clarity. Look at these bitches, y'all. This is the crazy Page of Swords, right? Somebody, you got people watching you mad because now you have clarity about who they are. Y'all, somebody, you got clarity about who this person is, and it has created some type of tower in their life because now you're able to walk into your destiny with the Lovers. Somebody, you finna get brand new love here. Y'all stop playing. Brand new. Brand new. The Lovers and the Emperor. But you had to be able to overcome this situation, y'all. 8 of Cups. Somebody, you had to walk away. You had to walk away. right? Because whatever this situation is like it left you broken. You had to walk away so that you can rebuild yourself. All right, the devil to the star. What is that? Y'all, the devil to the star? I heard divine blueprint. Yeah, divine blueprint. You know, the devil isn't bad or good. The devil exacerbates whatever energy it comes out with. 1010 on the timer. So the devil to the star means that this shit is written in the stars. Your destiny is chasing you down. At the bottom is the 2 of Cups with the Chariot. Like I said, your destiny is chasing you down. 5 of Wands. Somebody, you've been fighting too much. 5 of Swords. Oh, 5 of Swords to the Magician. Somebody, you were dealing with a masculine energy who was trying to keep you fighting yourself is what I'm hearing. Even fighting against the women around you, like someone could have tried to isolate you. The Death card is here. Yeah, somebody wanted to put an ending to any relationship around you that showed you who you are. Any relationship where you were able to walk into your power. Whoever this masculine energy is, they wanted to isolate you with this 5 of Swords and the Magician so that you would never walk into your power. Somebody, you ended something with this Death card so that you can transform into what it is that you desire, y'all. What is that? 2 of Cups and the Chariot. All right, 2 of Cups and the Chariot. So somebody, now you're moving in the direction of love, right? Of love and what it is that you want. True partnership, y'all. Yeah, 9 of Wands. This person left you tired and wounded, y'all. Unable to see clearly what direction to take. But you got the Ace of Cups, right? You got the Ace of Cups out here. So Divine Feminine, you finna have an outpour of emotional support. Because you had to let go of this. See, the closure in this is you beginning to understand that most relationships, y'all, yeah, 10 of Swords is at the bottom of the deck. Queen, stop playing. 10 of Swords, y'all, and the 8 of Wands. See, you had to quickly let this situation go, right, because of the betrayal. See, a lot of times, y'all, relationships themselves, they are over well before we finally say they are, right? So at the point you finally let the emotional part go, then that means the 3D physical relationship probably been over a year, y'all. See, most women don't get out of a relationship emotionally until you have let go physically for years, right? So whatever this is, I feel like 12-12 on the timer, you let go of this physically a while ago, but there could have definitely been some type of emotional release that needed to take place in order to heal your inner child. See, healing inner child is here as well, right? So it says healing childhood wounds, right? Closure, right? So whatever this is, I feel like this situation allowed you, right? See, look at that, y'all. See, this situation allowed closure, right, of your inner child. Right? You had to close the door on certain things within you that let you or kept you hanging on to this situation that was never deserving of your time and energy, y'all. It has something to do with you reconnecting to your joy, your playfulness, restoring the innocence of who you are. This situation was only meant to bring you down, right? And as you have now begun to heal, come on, Queen of Cups, right? Now what you're about to get is something beautiful. Fireworks and all, y'all. Right? Fireworks and all is what I'm hearing God say. Queen of Cups to the 4 of Wands. So somebody now you're getting, because you had to drop the burden. Drop the 0 and find a hero. That's what I'm hearing. You had to drop that 0 so you could go and get you a hero, child. And at the point that you drop the 0 so you can get the hero, then you get exactly what you want. Somebody, you have a beautiful new beginning. Literally. We got brand new, y'all. Brand new with the 4 of Wands and the Ace of Cups. But you had to recognize that you had been carrying the burden of some other type of relationship, y'all. 10 of Wands, right? You had to release whatever this is that you were carrying. Y'all, somebody, you was tired. Like I'm talking about, you put out all kind of fires for this person. Heavy on the fire energy, right? Somebody, you put out all kind of fires for this person. Aries, Leo, Sagittarius. But you begin to realize that, damn, I cannot carry this alone. And you walked away, y'all. And because of that, you finna get a brand new love situation. All right? What else for my Divine Feminine? All right? What else for my Divine Feminine? Girl, what did I say? Let it go. Say that, y'all. Let it go. This really was heavy in the energy on my live this morning too. So somebody you had, and for somebody, it may not be a person, right? Somebody you maybe just let go of a mindset this weekend, right? Maybe you let go of a mindset, but for somebody you physically let go of a person, right? And whatever this is going to allow you to take the time to recharge, to breathe, to clear your mind, to enjoy your space, right? It says let it go. You're being asked to let go of whatever pain or resentment you've been holding on to. It's hurting you. and you can't fully be present in your life if you're holding on to this negativity. Release it and be free, y'all. Yeah, somebody, you had to let go of your victim mindset. That's that inner child, y'all. See, victim mindset is coming over Queen of Cups, and Queen of Cups is coming over inner child. And as a Queen of Cups, you're caring, you're nurturing, you're loving, right? Wishing on a star. Rolls Royce is your channel song. You're very hopeful, y'all. Like you're someone who, I'm seeing somebody blow those, what do they call, y'all? The little things that you make a wish and you blow them, right? That's what I'm seeing somebody do as a little girl. And you would always make these wishes. And it's not that your wishes and your desires are not coming true. You just had to get out of the victim mindset. See, many of us who are caring, what we do is take care of everyone outside of us, because what we do is end up taking care of our own inner child in other people. You see that hurt little girl in them. So what you're doing is really taking care of you in them, right? You see your hurt innocence. You see your stolen innocence. And when you see your stolen innocence in other people, you would begin to take care of them. It says you feel the world is against you, and this will only cause you to attract more negative results. Stop blaming and take responsibility for your happiness. Only then will abundance start to flow. So somebody, you're healing a victim mindset because you were probably a victim as a child, but you don't have to be a victim as an adult. Right? 16 on the timer. You don't have to be a victim as an adult. Somebody, you getting a fresh start. Y'all, I'm telling you, brand new is here, and now fresh start. And that fresh start is going to allow you to expand. You just needed to see something, y'all. You have been enabling, y'all. Whatever this relationship was, it was enabling, and it was a dependence there. And whether it was you, it was both, right? Both of you guys had some type of codependence. And it says there is someone you're helping. Or are you, right? In reality, you may be enabling them to continue in negative patterns and never take full responsibility for themselves. Step back and let things play out. And it's like when you begin to step back and let things play out, you realize that this situation, there was a dependence, y'all. It says there is something or someone you are clinging to, and it's keeping you from stepping into your light. You have everything you need to succeed. And the only approval you need is your own. Stop searching for approval, y'all, from people who can never give that to you. And that's just a side message, right? That's just a side message, y'all. I gotta write that down. That needs to go on the thumbnail somewhere. And that's what it is, y'all. Like a lot of times, that's that 10 of swords, right? You betray yourself by dealing with someone that you're waiting on to see you. And they can't see you because they can't see themselves, y'all. That's dependence. That's enabling, right? So you had to learn how to let it go, right? So that you could understand you have everything you need to succeed, right? And the only approval you need is your own. You don't need the approval of anyone else. You don't need someone else to see you. You don't have to prove your value or your worth to anyone. And the only time we stay in relationships, right, that are abusive, right, that are not, that we're settling, right, that we need to release, right, that we need to close the door on, right, is because we're waiting on that person to see us, value us, and approve of us. When you don't need that. That's that little girl, right? That's the little girl who needed approval. You are someone, you're dealing with a courageous heart. Right? God is saying you got to have a courageous heart. It takes a courageous heart, y'all, to walk away and understand that, man, I deserve better than this, right? Like sometimes you got to be able to look at yourself and see what it is that you desire for yourself. And if what you're going through in a relationship is not right, what you desire for yourself, then you got to ask yourself why. Why are you allowing it, right? What is in you that's allowing it, right? Because that's dependent. And a lot of times we enable people because they enable us, right? So somebody, you're going to get a fresh start. I want to see what this taught you. All right, what did this lesson teach my divine feminine, or this relationship teach my divine feminine? Yeah, girl, that thing say, love me, leave me. That's that back and forth, y'all. Unstable affection, right? You kick him out, then you beg him back. Look. You put him out, then you beg him back. You put him out, then you beg him back. You go back and forth, y'all. It says love me and then leave me, right? So somebody, you're closing out the cycle of back and forth. Literally, back and forth. You closing the cycle, y'all. Look, stop playing. That thing says wasn't love, it was control. What did I say? Narcissist. Somebody, you were dealing with a narcissist. And it's okay, y'all. It's okay. Let me tell you, a narcissist Where that card went, y'all? Narcissist is here somewhere, right? Narcissists in the true divine union, y'all, they will appear to be the same until you go through the healing. And that's why I always say, y'all, even if you're with someone who isn't your person, as long as you are healing in that relationship, then you can easily see who that person is. Somebody who was just dealing with a narcissist. And it's okay, y'all. Shit. I ain't know my ex-husband was a narcissist until I understood what narcissism was, y'all. And it's not love, it's control. So somebody, you were dealing with someone who maybe you thought it was love, but really it was control. This was ego, y'all. This is somebody's ego. It says possession. Like you were this person's possession, and all of it was giving them more power. Somebody, it was power play. It was ego. That's all it is. This person was an opportunist, y'all. Whoever this person is, they were a straight opportunist. Yep. And now God say that shit is over. It's glow up time. Beautiful. Somebody, all of this has transformed you into who you are. See, somebody, when you chose you set off this narcissist. That's what this is. That's crazy. I was talking to somebody about this earlier. When the divine feminine chooses herself, all you do is show them their demons, y'all. And let me tell you, remember, this morning, when that self-reflection card came out, y'all, let me tell you, every masculine has to look at themselves. And that is what divides the divine masculine from the karmic masculine. The divine masculine can look in the mirror, see the evil in him, face that shit, heal it. Stop drinking, stop smoking, stop being low vibrational. Do whatever it is. Y'all go to the fitness. I'm saying amp fitness, right? So they do things, right? Phil could be significant, Philip, right? But you got to understand, y'all, people do things, right? What it is to help themselves. And if you're dealing with someone who cannot pour into themselves, all they do is deteriorate in front of your eyes when you glow up. Your person will rise with your frequency. The person who is not yours or who is not willing to do the work, they will deteriorate in your glow up. And that's how you know that ain't your damn person, y'all. Because their whole life will fall apart. And you'll be living your best life. And you'll be over here talking about, well, damn, what the hell going on with him? And then they be mad at you. People who lash out at you is because your glow up has now fucked up with their demons, and now it is, y'all. They can't even stand to look at you. They can't. Somebody, you've been through a difficult role. You have, but you had to walk away. Beautiful. And now you walking right into what? Abundance. Whoever this person is, y'all, they were stuck in lack. And that's why God said you had to step back. See, somebody, you had to step back and look at this person. This person here, whoever this person is from your past, I'm getting past energy, y'all, or the current person, though, take it how it resonates. This person is stuck in lack. And as long as you could not move on from that situation, it was going to keep you stuck there too. It says you have all the resources you need to carry you through, whether it's financial, emotional, or physical limitations that you think you have. It is only ego-based fears taking over. See, whoever this person is, y'all, because they have a lack mindset, you begin to feel stuck yourself. You begin to feel like there was no way out of this situation because whoever this person is, they have a lack mindset. They were never ready, y'all. This person was never ready. This was definitely a difficult road, all right? But this showed you your own spirit of perseverance, right? Being prepared for great things. That's what's taking place. See, you are being prepared for great things, right? But walking the hard path in life. And that's just life, y'all. That's life. You gonna meet people, y'all, who literally are stuck in lack. And at the point you take that step back and you realize that, oh, no, I can't do this, right? You can't. Because then you begin to understand that now you have become manipulative, right? You become manipulative because now you're wearing a mask with this person trying to pretend that you still give a fuck when you really didn't, y'all. Somebody, you realize that as long as this person, you were with them, you would be stuck in lack with them. And that's why you had to walk away so that you could walk into your abundance, y'all. I was telling somebody this story this morning, y'all. This person, they really was here to confuse your intuition, so you wouldn't listen to God, y'all. See, this was someone that was supposed to always keep you in what if, right? Well, what if he do better? What if he heal, right? What if things become better, right? What if this? What if that? You imagine this future together with someone who couldn't even see a future for their goddamn self because they were stuck in lack, y'all. Whoever this person is, they couldn't see no future for themselves because they were stuck in lack. You had to step back and let it go, y'all. Yeah, it says you're being asked to step back from your life in order to gain a perspective. When you're too close to a situation, it can be hard to make decisions. Span out and view your life from the distance, and then you can see the signs and where God is leading you. Somebody, when you choose you, girl, you start glowing up. Every time. Every time you choose you, you glow up. And the demon in people, right? The evil in people, right? It will always be triggered by your glow up, queen. That's why you just gotta keep glowing. You gotta keep going. This is complete, y'all. This is it. It's no more almost, and it's no more not yet. It's no more maybe. It's none of that, y'all. See, somebody, you was confused as hell. You got no clarity in this relationship. But guess what? You finna get new love, and this person gonna be ready. Whoever your new person is, y'all, your channel song that just went off was Baby I'm Ready by Levert, and Now So Beautiful by Music Soul Child came on, y'all. This was a lesson, Divine Feminine. Yeah. Let me get you some advice, y'all. This was a lesson, though. I feel like this was a lesson in you truly loving yourself. All right. A lesson in you loving yourself, a lesson in you setting boundaries, right? A lesson in you really understanding what it is that you desire for yourself. Somebody, you was too nice to this person. You were. You was buying them gifts. Birthdays come, you buying gifts, you doing all of this stuff. Yet you were broken behind the mask that you were wearing. You were showing up with a mask with this person. You were too kind, y'all. Fake nice, right? But you understood that this whole situation was making you mean. And when you as a divine feminine begin to turn angry, begin to turn mean with certain situations in your life, it's time to walk away, y'all. Somebody, you had to learn to walk away, literally, because this whole thing was confusing your intuition. What is the advice? Reflection at the bottom. Number one, reflection in your advice. You're being asked to reflect on your recent choices. What lessons have you taught you? Right? What lessons have they taught you? Reflection is the mirror to your soul's growth. Use it to deepen your understanding and intuition. Forgive yourself, y'all. Not another motherfucker. Forgiveness is out here. Forgive yourself. It says forgiving yourself, right, will help you move forward. Yep. Offer yourself compassion. All right. Offer yourself compassion. Right. Be kinder to yourself. Forgive yourself. Right. Yeah. Twin flame is here, y'all. Somebody, you're on the twin flame journey. This was a false twin flame. This just wasn't your person, y'all. Let me tell you, you are a twin flame, divine feminine. You are. Not necessarily the people you come in contact with. You are on the journey for you. At the point you do your healing work, it's easy for you to tell who your person was. Somebody, this was a false twin flame, but you confused the chemistry between you and this person, which was likely lust. And that's why I tell y'all, stop fucking them. When you stop sleeping with a man, you can see them for who they are, y'all. Sex magic is real. Emotions and endorphins, that shit's real. So you over there getting it on all the time, and your energy is orgasmic. So now you over here fairy tales and butterflies and shit, and you cannot see what's really in front of you, y'all. Somebody, you do have a divine counterpart. It just wasn't this person. It just wasn't this person, y'all. This taught you how to speak your truth. Your truth, y'all. This taught you how to speak your truth. All right. Friendship is here, y'all. All right. It says friendship. All right. This time I want you to be friends is what God is saying. This time be friends, right, with whoever it is that you want before you jump into a relationship, y'all. See people for who they are, right? See people for who they are and build from there. I'm out of here, y'all. Love and light.